Hi, my name is Karen, and this is Kinetic Karma. Thank you for clicking on my channel. A couple of things. This is a love reading uh, with done in a different way. But before we get to that, I want to talk to you a little bit, just do a little bit of housekeeping about what this is all. First of all, please, if you will, I much appreciate it if you would click, like, subscribe, comment on my channel. It does the channel a world of good. And your comments and likes are much appreciated. Thank you. Also, I am learning tarot. Uh, I'm new to it, but I've been an oracle reader, an intuitive, for many, many, many years. And so I'm seeking to integrate both skill sets into this YouTube channel in terms of what I can do for you guys. So if the reading does not resonate with you, don't force it. Take what applies and leave the rest, please. It's not meant for everybody. But for those who the reading is meant for, you will know. There won't be a question you won't have to ask, is it for me or not? It'll vibrate with you very strongly. Also, in terms of gender, in terms of astrological signs, and any other things that might correlate with the reading, they're fluid. So a cross watcher, I could be talking about the subject of a reading, but you could switch it to be the cross watcher of the reading that I'm talking about. So don't let that trip you up. Put things where they belong in terms of how you feel about it. You are the best judge of your situation. You know what vibrates with you. You know what doesn't. Just take the time to take a deep breath, breathe out, connect, and listen. And information will come. Thank you. So let's get on with the reading. To start off with, the decks that I'm using are, one is the medical cards, and this deck is by Jamie Sams and David Carson. This is what the cards look like, and the first card I pulled was Alligator. The second deck that I'm using is Angel Blessings, Cards of Sacred Guidance and Inspiration by Kimberly Maroney. And these look like this, and the card that I pulled here was Truth. And then the third deck that I'm using is Carolyn Miss Archetypes, and the card that I pulled for her was Storyteller. Okay, so those are the three main decks that I'm using, in addition to the Rider Tarot, which is a standard tarot deck. Okay, and this is what the book looks like. Excuse me. So, as I said, this is a reading about love, and I started out asking, what have I overlooked in the situation as regarding love? What have I overlooked? And when I asked that question for all three of the main cards, the Alligator, Truth, and the Storyteller. So to start off with, for the Alligator, what I've overlooked was the King of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles, which to me says that I've overlooked someone who was giving to two in a situation, most likely a third-party situation. This could be characterized as a business as well, because in partnerships you have three parties. It doesn't necessarily mean romantic. Because I ask about love, we're going to stick with love and say that your lover or your committed partner was giving to two without your knowledge, because you overlooked it. And then I asked, what is the truth of the situation about love? What did I overlook in terms of being the truth about love? And what I overlooked, the card that I pulled, was the Devil, which meant that there was an excess of behavior on the part of my, possibly myself and my lover. In terms of my lover, the excess, any excess, anything that's done too much of, could be considered the devil too much eating, too much sex, too much wanting, or too much work. It could be anything. So in terms of, I'd have to say the lover, if I were the subject in terms of my lover, the devil would come into play in terms of a third-party relationship, and so too many people involved in the relationship is what I've overlooked, and that is the truth of the matter. In terms of myself in the relationship, maybe I overlooked the third-party situation because of the pentacles that were in the relationship that I was aware of, but I wasn't aware that they were getting spread around. So you see, the devil could be, there's always two sides to the story. There's always two ways to look at it or more. But for me, what came up is that perhaps I overlooked things because of my comfort, because of the pentacles, because of the time investment in the relationship, because my partner had a solid foundation, or at least appeared to. But that was not the truth, because the truth was that there was the devil, and whenever there is the devil, that's a lie. That's not what it is. So that's where we are with that. And then we go to the storyteller, which, and in the storyteller card, we talk about light attribute, the ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. And in the shadow attribute, we talk about making up tales that harm others. So, to clarify this card, I pulled the Three of Pentacles and Judgment reverse. And what that told me was that there was a story being told about work and perhaps my lover being at work but really being with someone else. There was a story told about work and how well he was doing, being that he was the King of Pentacles, but it didn't tell the full story and the true foundation, and made it look like that there was a great foundation of everything that was available, as in the Ten of Pentacles, as in the King of Pentacles. It made it look like he was very abundant, but it only looked that way because I was looking from one perspective. But had I been looking from all perspectives, I would have saw that he was spreading his pentacles around, and from there I made a different choice, and from there it may have created a threat to the current relationship, the stability of the current relationship and what was already built. So because I didn't know, because of the devil, that I was being deceived, this work, this partnership, this great work of art was really not that. It was lies, cheating, and stealing involved in the relationship, in the love. And because of that, it had judgment come out upside down. It had judgment come out in the reverse, which is not judgment, it's not fair. So that there was basically something that was unbalanced about the family, because if you look at the judgment card, you can see the mother, the father, the children, and they're all praising. But when it's upside down, that family, that situation has been defamed, I want to say, or disrespected in one way or another. And it had to do with partnership. It had to do with work. It had to do with pentacles. So I would definitely say that there was a high possibility, because of the devil and because it wasn't true, something was appearing to be true, but it wasn't, that there was gossip, possibly gossip, which is making up tales that harm others. That's what gossip does. That there could have been lies, there could have been deceit, there could have been untrue stories, and you could have been painted to look a certain way when in fact you weren't. It was the devil who was doing this so that they could continue to get away with their lying, cheating behavior. Okay, so I'm going to leave that upside down. Then Once I clarify, then I ask the question, so what is it that is going to give, oh, forgive me, one moment. How can I best integrate all that life offers to best support from a holistic point of view this love relationship? And when I did that, I pulled immediately the Four of Pentacles, the Queen, I'm sorry, the High Priestess, the Hangman. And what that told me was that I needed to pull back on what it was that I was contributing to this love relationship, because of what it was that I wasn't paying attention to, and I needed to start to pay attention to it. I needed to start to pay more attention to my intuition and to seek guidance in other ways other than what appeared on the surface, on the pinnacle, on the physicality. I needed to go to the 5D and check out what was really going on. Is this relationship really for the betterment of my family, of me and my family? Is this relationship not? I needed to ask those questions. I needed to go inwardly. Perhaps I wanted or needed to consult a tarot reader, or perhaps I needed to meditate or do all of the above, but definitely to go inward. Also, to go inward, to look at why it is and how it is that I attracted someone in my life, such as with these devilish ways of being. How did I create that for myself? What in me allowed that to progress, to develop? Because as I said, or maybe I didn't, this is a relationship that has lasted for quite some time. It's a long-term relationship, not a short-term relationship that built the King of Pentacles, that allowed this man to give to two, that allowed him to cheat, lie, and steal, and create a picture like he had the perfect family, but all the while he was out whoring around, for lack of a better term. So I needed to go within myself. I needed to ask myself from an accountability point of view, yes, High Priestess, please tell me, what is it about me that needed to be changed, and what is it about this whole situation that I need to do in order to excavate myself out of it. In order to do that, because it didn't get created overnight, it's not going to get solved overnight, I need to put myself, or the universe is putting me in hangman status, which means that I'm going to hang out, I'm going to get illuminated. You see the shining around his temple area is the illumination, but it comes when you just relax, when you meditate, when you go inward, using the High Priestess, the 5D tactics. It comes when you relax, that you get enlightened about what it is that you're seeking enlightenment on. And when you do that, you'll come and you'll understand what all of the 10 of Pentacles are that you need to consider in this situation. Remember, alligator considers all circumstances, all of the pentacles, all of the possibilities. Once you do this, then you'll understand what all of the options and the possibilities are, and from there you'll have the ability to have clarity to make a clear, concise decision. Thank you. Please click like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.